Now when we are doing projectile motion, what happens is there are formulas of total height, which gives you t is equals to 2u sine theta by g, and range as u square sine 2 theta by g, and height as u square sine square theta upon 2g. Right. Now the problem we face is, generally when we see past year AEEE questions, we see that these formulas are generally used in the questions, right? Now the problem I used to face during my times as well was that I used to get confused, which formula has to be applied for height. Either it is, this one, or it is this one, or which one, right? Now I devised a method to remember these formulas, which says, this is basically a shortcut method how to, remember the formula. Or you all might have heard that, earlier when, men were used to be called handsome, they used to be said they are tall, dark, and handsome. Basically this was the definition of, good looking men: tall, dark, handsome, right? Now if we take the initials of these things like T, D, or basically we can use D and H, right? Now the first comes as T, so we just have to, what you have to do is you just have to remember this formula, right? If we know this formula, T is equals to 2u sine theta by g, we can very well get the other formulas. Let us see how, right? First of all, we know that T comes first, tall, dark, handsome, right? T is for tall, it is 2u sine theta by g. Now when we move on to the next initial, which is dark, or I can say R, which is denoted by a range, right? So what we do is, when we move to the second point, this 2 shifts. There are 3 variables: u, theta, and g. 3 main important things. Initially the 2 was with u. In the second part, this 2 moves to theta, right? And in the meanwhile, when it is moving above u, it squares u, right? Now it will be u square sine 2 theta upon g, right? Now again we move to the third part, which is handsome, which gives the total height or the maximum height attained. Now this 2 has to go with the third quantity, which is g. So it will be going above u, above sine theta, and multiplying by g. So in the meanwhile, it is going above u and above sine theta. So it will be squaring both the quantities. It will be u square sine square theta upon 2g, right? So now you can easily remember these 3 formulas and you will never get confused. The problem in the paper that most of the students face is that they know the formula, but they forget which formula is for which initial. So this is one of the methods which I utilized, and probably if you utilize this method, I don't think you will be making a mistake in the paper, right?